friends, a once prosperous town with all comforts vanished overnight, becoming desolate. How did this transformation occur? After 45 years, why is no one afraid to visit there? Let's find out with 3 friends exploring Ukraine. There are 2 girls and 1 boy, named Nathan. At night, he comes to his brother Paul's house to spend some time with him. After a few days, they are going to Russia because Nathan plans to propose to Natalia there for marriage. But then Paul has an idea. Why not go to an abandoned town 45 kilometers away from here, explore the things there, it could be fun for them. The most extreme thing is that the government has banned going there, because that town has a very old story that everyone knows. But no one wants to talk or discuss about it. Nathan doesn't like this idea at all. But then Natalia starts showing interest in this plan. So Nathan has to agree, because the town has a history. Around 45 years ago, there was a nuclear power plant there that had an accident, and then overnight, it became desolate, in which the entire town was wiped out in one moment. The next day when people went there, they found nothing, not even the bodies of the people. Is such a thing even possible? Well, these people now need a guide. They all go to a guy named Yuri, who has been an ex-military man. He has been circling that town for a long time. He has also lost many people there. He assures all of them that, as they have read and seen on the internet, there is nothing like that there. Just dilapidated buildings and some abandoned vehicles without any owners. In the meantime, a couple who had come from Australia joins them. Now everyone gets ready and sits in the car to head in that direction. After a 3-hour drive, they reach the entrance of the town. But there, an uncle, a military man, refuses to let them inside. Then Yuri comes out to try talking to him and explains that you people are unnecessarily scared, there's nothing there, but that man. It still does not allow them to enter, and it clearly states that you should not go there, and I absolutely will not let you enter. Yuri knows several alternate routes to that place, allowing these people to reach through a secluded shortcut. Some bunkers were built but are now dilapidated. Nathan notices that there is a radioactive symbol on every wall. Maybe that's why there's no military presence here. What is their role here, as no one comes? Even if something is inside, we have nothing to fear. These are his current words, but he will change them after a while. Just keep watching, the higher power is showing these symbols to tell you not to go inside. Maybe you won't come back, but if you don't go inside, how will you enjoy? If you're in a situation like that and need to explore a place, would you go? Kuilm. They will go, but I won't. People stop at Lakeside to retrieve wreck. They find a fish on the ground that looked like some kind of monster. A Sam piranha like Yuri touches it. Is it alive? Yes, it was alive. Seeing this, everyone is astonished because how could any mashli survive on the ground? Well, without stressing their minds too much. These people move forward, but after their death, we see thousands of similar mashlis in that lake who are alive. But how? Does someone come here and feed them? Or is there something down there that they eat which keeps them alive till now? The lake isn't even connected to any river. Everyone goes a little further inside and they can see large slides there. Maybe this place was a park at some time. But Amanda is worried about radiation here, wondering if something harmful is affecting them. So Yuri takes out a radiation measuring device to address her concerns. The green light flashing on it shows Amanda that there is no radiation here. It was years ago and has ended. She can relax. Now everyone takes pictures at that place, and that day Yuri takes them to the last location, which was an apartment. There, in the entrance, they find a strange dead animal. What it was, nobody knows, not even Yuri. They all go up there, where Yuri shows them the reactor standing far away from them. The place where the explosion occurred was destroyed in one night. That spot remains deserted today, and greenery has grown nearby. Perhaps after 100 years from today, when the radiation at that location reaches 0%, it will become habitable again. Here, they have to leave before it gets dark. That's why these people start stomping their feet, but then Yurio senses a noise as if someone is approaching them. Everyone starts looking in that direction, and suddenly, A big bear runs towards them, but it doesn't harm anyone because seeing it makes it seem like the bear itself is running away, as if it's scared of someone. But not a single person standing there pays attention to this and quickly gets into their cars and sits down. However, as soon as they get into the car, they realize that rats have also shorted the car's circuit. How did this happen so quickly when the car was locked, and how did they get inside? Well, what's meant to happen has happened, so without anyone's help, someone will have to be called for help. But there is no network on the phone from anyone because there is darkness everywhere around. Therefore, Yuri says that we need to go out. And the check post is just a short distance away from here. We'll have to ask someone there for help or wait here until morning. Suddenly, they hear someone crying from outside, like a child sobbing. Hearing this, Yuri takes out his gun and goes outside to check. Nathan was with him, but then they hear the sound of some gunshots, so Paul goes outside to check and returns inside injured along with Nathan. Someone had grabbed his ankle and pulled it out. Seeing this, everyone gets so scared that their screams don't even reach the shelter. Meanwhile, Paul gets another shock when someone tells him that Yuri has been taken. Maybe someone is there, but we didn't see them anywhere. Now everyone has locked the car, believing this is the safest place for them. If they go outside, who knows what could happen? That's why it's dangerous. Friends, if people keep telling you not to go somewhere, then don't go there. There might be some sneaky troublemaker who keeps causing chaos. Just like what was happening with these people. Now these people were so scared that dogs suddenly attacked the car windows. Seeing them, they think that maybe these dogs were responsible for what happened to Nathan. But dogs can't wound someone so ruthlessly. What do you think? Once safe, these people decide that the three of them, that is Paul, Amanda, and I, will go search for Yuri because it's impossible to get out from here without him. He knows about this place, so Paul asks Nathan to stay there with those two people. Meanwhile, the three of them go to an old cafeteria that was underground. Because of that, it remains quite dark there, but they still go inside because they have to find Yuri no matter what. But what is this? There, they find Yuri's half-cut corpse, from which all the internal organs were missing. Upon seeing the condition of Vasiper's skin, everyone realizes why people wrote such things on the internet about coming here. Meanwhile, a shadow of someone appears at the outer gate and tells those people to leave. But Paul draws Yuri's gun. Then whoever it was comes in through the back gate, but the two boys manage to escape, while poor Amanda is left behind. When she looks forward with great courage, she sees some unknown thing, Yuri's child. A creature is devouring what's left of Yuri's body, its limbs twitching. Then he sees Paul at the gate, signaling him to come over. She crawls to the gate and quickly locks it. Then all three rush to the car and report everything to their mentors. They immediately decide to leave since this place isn't safe, but Nathan is injured and can't move. They have no choice but to leave him here. They also tell Natalia to stay nearby and give her Yuri's gun to keep themselves safe. Paul promises he'll bring help quickly. They urge her to stay alive by any means necessary and lead her to a nearby abandoned garage, where they ultimately find a large number of cars available for their use. But along the way, they see the same dogs feeding on Yuri's remains. He's truly a man-eater. So, they proceed slowly. But as they move forward, the radiation levels rise rapidly. It's potentially dangerous to go further, and meanwhile, they see a bus in bad shape because someone had shot many bullets into it. Seeing this, Paul is most surprised, wondering why someone would shoot at the bus. To find out, he enters it, thinking someone might still be inside. There, they discovered several container-like objects and a gun. However, there were no bullets, so they decided to leave. Len had been spotted by those man-eating dogs, so he now has to flee from there. In any case, all three of them flee with their lives on the line and reach the lake, which we saw at the beginning of the story. Everyone tries to cross the broken bridge built over it so that the dogs cannot come this way. But during that, Chris and Amanda fall into the water, causing Chris to get a crack in his feet. It may seem normal, but remember that this crack will later cause something. This will create a big uproar from there, but when they approach their car, they find that it has overturned. Moreover, they can't see anything anywhere, something has happened. Then Amanda finds Natalia's camera. In it, the last recording was Nathan's, proposing to her when suddenly something attacked them. After Natalia screamed and everything went dark, Paul watched helplessly and began crying there, devastated by his inability to save his brother. He screams and cries, but deep down he believes she is alive, so these people do not want to lose hope and go to search the surrounding apartments. But it was very dark there. Moreover, the place was very scary. Seeing that, I also started to get scared. Something appears in front of them that was neither human nor animal. Animals that, upon seeing them, all immediately leave the area, during which they find a map and the frightened Natalia who was signaling for their help. Meanwhile, a little girl appears in front of them who is injured and weak. They all start looking at her, and then suddenly, someone lifts Natalia from behind and takes her away. That is, it was a kind of trap in which they all got stuck. Now, they don't know how to get out because, one by one, they are losing their companions. After Nathan left, these people don't want to lose Natalia. Therefore, using the map, they now explore many areas of this place. They also fear someone coming at midnight and even during the day. They are all searching for their friend in the dark, eerie night at this place. They will see if their mission is accomplished or not. Stay prepared because some scenes are about to unfold that will test you. For now, they will keep it. The four of them have now gotten quite close to the reactor, where the radiation is very high. But now they just have to somehow find Natalia and Nathan. They have all gone quite deep into where they are. There are also some strange entities attacking them, which might be cannibalistic creatures that consume humans for sustenance. They were numerous, causing poor Michael to fall behind. The three have to close this gate to save themselves, otherwise he will also be killed. Amanda explains to Alina very clearly that she needs to stay alert, but she was still crying. These people were now advancing beyond a thin haze and moving forward. They were taking her deeper and deeper, towards the reactor core, and in the middle, Alina would fall. The place where she fell looks like a madhouse. There are beds and some strange machines all around. It seems as if someone is being treated there, in some era. But since it's under a nuclear reactor, the medical staff must be crazy too, right? Further still, she thinks of something else and hears sounds all around her, as if someone is sobbing and crying. When she looks to the other side of the pole, she sees many people emerging, who have transformed into some kind of creatures. That's why he comes out with Amanda. Meanwhile, Alina regains consciousness, but before she can get up, they all pull her back inside. Seeing her potential death like this completely shocks Amanda, but the story is not over yet. As they exit, they see Natalia's corpse, who died from radiation. Now, the same fate is about to befall these two. Both of their skin is completely burned, but just then, two trucks approach them, which belong to the Ukrainian army. Paul is very happy when he sees them, wondering if he will help them. That's why he starts approaching, but then they shoot him. Amanda faints when she sees that thing. The day her eyes open, some masked men were taking her somewhere. Upon asking, it turns out those men were taking her to the doctor. Meanwhile, Amanda keeps telling them that all of them killed her friends. You all need to catch them. Then one doctor asks another, where is he? He says, outside the reactor. Shocked upon hearing, he exclaims, oh, that's very dangerous. Then, the three lift and throw him into a canal corridor. There, they abduct him and take him away. And the whole story ends here. So friends, did you understand the story? Previously, this place housed a nuclear reactor, as I mentioned. After it was abandoned, Sarkhan decided to conduct experiments there with some of his secret people, in which they created various types of medicines. Subsequently, they applied these methods to several impoverished and homeless individuals as well as to certain animals, who are the same people now transformed into cannibals. Because all the experiments failed, everyone stopped going there. That's why everyone is kept away, as everything in the entire area is infected. I remember that there are those strange flickers in this lake. Now when these people reached there, they saw everything. If they had survived, they would tell everyone what happened. Thus, the army killed and eliminated all survivors, along with them. The story ends here. Let me know your thoughts by commenting. See you in the next video.